Hello, small groups. We have made it. We're at the final week of this exploration of our new vision. I want to thank our leaders for bearing this responsibility and meeting each week and leading these groups. I really appreciate you, and you've been a vital part of us exploring this and really grabbing hold of it. Thank you for those that have participated, for carving out some time. I know we all live busy lives, but this has been important. I hope this investment of your time has been valuable to you, both in terms of the material, but also getting to know some other folks and interacting. Truly, it is a cornerstone of this whole vision is that we need to know who we're growing with. We need each other. There is no solo journey, and so we need to stick together and figure out ways of how to learn and grow together. So this has been one expression of that. So let's get into kind of our final piece here. This is going to be just kind of a quick summary and let you get into your discussion. So in many ways, we are really finally becoming a Free Methodist church. That might mean something to you, that might not. You might not know really yet what Free Methodism is, but Free Methodists are part of the holiness movement and have been a passionate part of God's mission on this planet. And so as we have grown over the years of the church and done a lot of good things, and God's blessed us in so many ways, this vision is really this place of articulating a new focus that accelerates us in the direction of our heritage, of taking seriously what God desires for us and what responsibility He has laid on us. And so we talked this Sunday about the mission component. The mission component is something that what needs to be accomplished to see the vision achieved. How do we get there? Like I talked about that old nasty brown car that I used to get to California. It wasn't the prettiest, but it made it. God made it get there. It was the vehicle that got me there. So what's our vehicle in this vision? It's this. It's our TLC. The three things that we need to have happen as we use and live out these 5 pathways. We need to be transformed by Christ, to learn how to live for Christ and carry Christ to the world. So transformation is central to the Christian life. God doesn't just love us and kind of forgive us and wink at us and say, well, you just keep on staying the exactly way you are. God's deep desire and heart is to transform us. As much as any parent that would have a child caught in an addiction, be an alcoholic that becomes rebellious and leaves homes and destroys their life and destroys their relationships, they still long for love. They still love and long for their child and for him to be made right. And they might even go out in the night and find him there in the rain, face down in the mud, passed out from his alcoholism. They don't just kind of, hey, you shouldn't do this, and berate him. But they would lovingly pick him up and bring him into their car, bring them home, wash him up, put him in the bed, and then say, you know what, you are always loved, you're always welcome here, you just go ahead and stay an alcoholic. That would be insane, right? Certainly their love extends to bringing them home and giving him grace and cleaning him up. But their love would go, we want you to be restored. We want you to become the man, the son that you were intended to be, and that you would have a good and full life because you grow back up and you get control of yourself and all the ways that we desire for you. Well, that's the same desire for God. He wishes to transform us. He saves us from ourselves and from our sin, and then begins the work of restoring and healing and changing us. And that begins with a change of our mind from Romans 12 of grabbing hold of His truth into our life. That frames our whole reality. But this isn't something that we do. It's something that the Holy Spirit actually does in our life. We offer ourselves. That's really what's at stake here. It's the difference between not whether we can or can't, but whether we will allow him or not. We are in a journey of opening ourselves up to God and saying we just continually to offer ourselves, bring transformation into our life. Now that's hard work. This isn't just kind of a wave a magic wand and suddenly we're different people. Transformation is a divine gift, a divine work, but it's also a work on our part of allowing and doing the hard work of the discipline and correction and learning and training and all those things that we talked about a few pathways ago, and learning to become mature. And so that's why we need each other. We're going to do this together, but we want that dynamic to be part of this church. We are not just a comfortable, settled place to land and go, you know what, I can just stay just as I have been all my life. I'm good enough as a Christian. God doesn't need to change anything. No, we welcome God's transforming work in each one of our lives and model that. The second part is to learn how to live for Christ. And 1 Peter 4, we looked at that passage. It's not just kind of this throwaway, oh yeah, I live for Jesus, but this deep settled place, this place of deep commitment, a mindset that Jesus modeled for us of going, you know what? It doesn't matter what anyone else does. It doesn't matter how the world might treat me. I live for the will of the Father. And Peter instructs us to arm ourselves. Like, this is a battle. We might think our battles are out in the world. It's, our job, our boss, our coworkers, our family, our spouses, the rest of our family. It might be the systems of the world. All these things are what kind of takes away from and diminishes our life. But Peter says the real battle line is sin in our hearts, in our lives. And we must win that battle. We have to arm ourselves with this place of going, I no longer want to live that way. It is a pursuit of holiness, of God's character in my life. And so we need to explore that, of going, how do we develop that in each one of us, all to get to this place of not just going, how do you follow the rules or don't break the rules, but this place of going, you know what, I'm done with sin. And now I'm living whatever time I have left for the will of God. And that's the driving force of my life. I can't be tricked. I can't be fooled. I no longer desire that. I still might make mistakes. I still might get things wrong, but this is what I'm all about from now on. And then finally, the mission to carry Christ to the world. This isn't just the job of evangelists, missionaries, or pastors. This is every one of us. It's what we do together. We've been doing that already, but we want to intensify that. How do we train up and release every one of us to go out in the world with this powerful message of reconciliation that Paul talks about in 2 Corinthians 5, that his love compels us to go forth, not to scare people, not to berate them, but to win them back, to say, come back home. The one that has created you loves you. You aren't a mistake. You aren't on your own. He isn't just angry about everything that you've done. He has made a way home for you. Come back into the love of the Father. And so how do we mobilize? Get you trained up and ready. And we do it together as a church. We do it as individuals every week that we're sent out. We want to be compelled towards this mission because the people in our lives matter, and they matter to God. And we want to be right on task with that. If we would get these things in place, no matter which pathway you are on, those are helping you kind of in some particular ways, the 5 pathways. But every pathway intersects with this mission of going, man, it is about God doing his transformative work in us. It is about getting to this place of deep holiness, a commitment of just living for God. It's what I'm centered on. And that I know that I'm here for a reason to carry out God's mission. That's That's that special sauce that we're after. That's the vehicle that's going to get us down the road on any of these 5 pathways and towards that vision of being unleashed, empowered, and unleashed. And so, thank you. Thank you for being part of this, and I hope you have a great discussion. We will continue this conversation into 2026 as we continue to unpack this.